It's been far too long since you've heard from God. It's been quiet for weeks, months, and even years. Are you still in your storm? Did God forget about you? Are you afraid that you'll never be able to get on the other side of this? This week, guys, on Chasing Happiness, I want to talk about yes, you can get on the other side of this storm, but the one thing that you have to do is missing in your formula. We all experience this. We all feel God's presence at most times, but we also experience Him not talking to us, or we feel like we've been left out or completely silenced. Been there, done that, and I still struggle with it. I know I've heard this many times. I don't know if it's true or not. It's just one of those things you hear from pastors and from scholars and so forth is, when God is quiet, he's doing his biggest work. Yeah, it can be. Also, when you're facing the most challenges, you are getting closer to a breakout. Those two things, I don't want to call them myths, but that's where they're at because I don't have a full breadth of knowledge of those because all I can do is talk from my experience for myself. But also, I know when I'm battling and I seem to be in the trenches, I tend to have bigger things happen in the sense of positivity. The quiet, I honestly think from that standpoint, it's all about refocusing who we are, changing ourselves from the inside out. God is trying to shape us. And I think during that quietness is the time that you get to reflect, spend time with him, put your face in the good book, and be able to have those conversations on a daily basis to see where you're at. What do you need to change? What do you need to do? The quietness, it's probably my biggest struggle. I feel like I'm on an island. I'm by myself. But strange things happen. When I start feeling that way, I either go for a walk, clear my head, have a conversation with God, reconnect, read the good book, put my face in it, or I journal. And that seems to help me. But I also, inside, I think it's also partly being anxious. I have a patience issue. My patience is nothing. It's one of my biggest downfalls is I am not a patient person. And when I want to get something done, I want to get it done. And to be able to wait weeks, months, and years to get something done is the biggest hurdle, improvement, change I have to make in my life. Because the timing of all this is all on God's time, not my time. Out of Deuteronomy 8, and I don't know what verse it is. It's one of the last verses. And it talks about how we think that we make our wealth by our hands, but it's truly not. It's by God's hand. God has given us this grace and the ability to do this and to be able to create this wealth. The other thing that we've talked about many times on other episodes, please go check them out, is the storm was brought to change you from the inside out. No question in my mind, that is A1. Change needs to happen, and it hasn't happened, and that's why the storm continues to brew. I think within the storm, think of a hurricane. You have the outer bands to where you actually have those winds and the rain starts coming. And then as it gets closer, you start getting closer to the eye and it gets more intensified. And then once you get in the eye, it's pretty much gone. But that's false hope because you've got the other side of the storm coming through and then you're going to get hit again. for me, the storm is this. It was brought to change me from the inside out. I have to understand what I'm doing and where I need to be more godlike, Jesus. And for me, that boils down to is taking care of others, putting others first instead of myself and stop being self-centered. And I'll say this, and we've again talked about it in other episodes. When I was in corporate America, I made a very good living, and all I was doing is chasing next promotion and buying the next toy because I wanted to keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses are broke, on the verge of bankrupt, or have already filed bankruptcy and going for it again. I used to be jealous of those individuals, those families. I am not. I am jealous of the people that have zero debt, have a substantial amount of money in their bank account where they don't have to worry about any type of issues. And 3, they're generous with their time and their money, period. That's who I want to be. And that has been a struggle during this storm because everything I've gone after in my life, it was things. We are born without anything. We leave without anything. So being able to change my mindset and my thought process on that has been a struggle, but also an understanding that I shouldn't say understanding. It's a feeling. The feeling when you give to somebody or you help somebody is far more rewarding. And I don't know if rewarding is the right word, but that's what's coming out right now, than receiving something, especially somebody in need that needs your help. And we're around the holidays, we're around Christmas. There's people that are struggling. And to be able to help others is very, 1, rewarding, but 2, just makes me want to do it more often. I know in my heart and in my mind, I continue to help others, God will provide. It's taken me many years to understand that and to believe it. I also still struggle with it. But it's like when I get paid, I tithe. It does it before I would question it. There's no questioning. Before I collect $200, before I pass go, immediately tithe my portion, 10% to my church, and then we're off to the races. And that's what we have to do. But that too has been a struggle in life for me. And I'm sure you've got struggles too. But when God is quiet, do you think that he's doing his best work or his hardest work? Or do you think there's something else there that needs to be done for yourself? Inside out, your heart. Bigger your heart, the more you give, the more you can connect with others, the more you forgive. There's so many positive things that come with that. And by all means, guys, I'm not saying you can't have nice things. That's not what I'm saying is I'm not chasing those things and putting them on a credit card or racking up debt. If I want to go buy something nice, I have to save up for it. I have to pay for it, cash, debit card, whatever you want to call it. I don't have a credit card anymore. That's one of the things I've gone through this year is I've cut all my credit cards up. I still got a mortgage I got to pay, a student loan I need to pay, and I'm working on getting business debt paid off. So that's my ultimate goal is to get debt paid off completely. I don't want to have to answer to anybody for a payment. I want to live free. Still can have nice things, but pay cash for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you are the less than 5% of the Americans out there that can actually pay off their credit cards on a monthly basis, God bless you, more power to you. I know I cannot because I don't feel that pressure to pay it off because I'm like, oh, I could just make the minimum payment. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way for me. For me, it's just easier to have a debit card and have cash in the bank, call it a day, move on. And if I have to up my limit on my debit card with my bank, I do it for a transaction and then lower it back down. It is not the end of the world, but that's just me. We are going into a new year, guys. Please subscribe, share. I'm building community. Hope you guys are enjoying what I'm putting out. There will be another episode next week after Christmas, and then we'll go into the new year. So we're just going to roll right through. I am starting to get more demand for guests that come on the show, so I will let you guys know about that and how that works out. It will be nice to have somebody to talk to about topics other than being a monologue myself. By the time this episode comes out, it'll be after Christmas, so I hope you guys have a great Christmas, and I'll see you guys on the other side.